a gear video. Been working on new music and the record, and today I got another copy of Cole Prince King on clear vinyl came. Um, Super limited right now, but in terms of gear, I have unpacked officially. So on the left there is the Chase Bliss Condor Mood Blackout and Keeley Loomer, amazing pedal. Dispatch Master, another Mood. This one's a reissue, the TC Electronic, an amazing chorus pedal. I originally had one that had it was like it had hardwired in the AC power supply, but this one's a reissue with the standard like 9-volt DC. Uh, Blue Knob Spectre by Chase Bliss, Super Moon, and then let's see, going up here, Cutting Room Floor Recovery Effects. This was a recent one. I call it the D Moon. It's kind of like an inside joke, but it's a blood moon. It was actually I think it was a super blood moon before the fires happened in Malibu. Actually, he sent me that pedal while I was in Malibu. Exotic Effects SL Drive, Hudson Electronics broadcast, amazing. And then the guys at Game Changer just make super sick stuff. So you got the auto pedal there. And the dark glass harmonic booster. The it's the auto delay, or sorry, the auto reverb. It's on my list to there was always a list. Now I've started collecting modular synth modules, so that's a WMD output right there. This one is a blue blood moon. Got an MXR equalizer, and then one of my gems over there, the Arctic White. It's pretty much all about preserving winter at this point. Um, Digitech, Reverb, Tonal Recall, Condor. Uh, that is, I'm not going to say what that other Chase Bliss one is. Got the Old Blood Noise Flatlight. Got another collab between Death by Audio and Earthquaker. Got Dark Glass. Uh, more stuff going on. That one's kind of a super secret weapon. Then we got the Transportal, the Chorus, Super Chorus by Boss, the brand new Deep Fuzz. It's actually, or sorry, Deep Freeze. That's literally new for this year. And another Super Moon because I use them so often. And then down here, uh, kind of working out my workflow in the new studio because I'm so used to working in kind of a slightly different way that anyway, integrating effects into my setup with a lot of mixing that I do in the box is a challenge. And there are days when it may not be the best and other days where it's just total magic. And so I prefer, as most people do, the magical days, but pretty much every day is magic because it's kind of like the thrill of the chase. That's what makes it interesting. In terms of like if I'm going to record in the box and I'm going to use a bunch of specialty plugins, but then say I want to use certain effects into like an amp model or into that with, then it changes the type of plugins I'm using. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to name every single detail, but it just, I definitely could. It's a beautiful, I'm just super grateful. I just don't hear people say it enough. I'm incredibly grateful that I get to do music. Live Life Lowered. That's a guy who actually rebuilt a Ferrari 360 from the ground up. Very beautiful, definitely a divine project that was. So, and then here I've got IntelliGel input output. with a WMD. I'm pretty sure that's a WMD, like basically like control voltage sub mini module, the IntelliGel sea legs, the plasma drive, and the output there by Nano. Definitely one of my other favorite all-time pieces of gear. And then you can see like rack mount stuff in the corner there. Um, and the trademark for ferrarilover is definitely, I'm really glad that I did that, to say the least. I have some other trademarks as well. Um, and actually took me forever to find, to basically like get a lot of these things dialed in. I will say I absolutely use the Arturia Mini Freak as one of my favorite synths of all time. And then you got the Take Five. There's another Arturia. That's a sequential synth over here. And I have some other synths kind of put away into storage, but this was actually, I got this Nordlead 2X before I started collecting or being able, having the means to collect guitars. Like I literally was so broke and I saved like crazy to get this synth when it came out because I was reading, I think it was Tape Up or Sound on Sound. I just like to read interviews of musicians in the studio. There's just an incredible drum synth module, the Vermona DRM. Uh, this guy right here, he's kind of a secret weapon guy in Poland. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on in like Eastern Europe, as we know. And then this is definitely super in love with this setup. It's got some classic stuff like the Doppler filter. And yeah, this is like, I call it pedal couture, guitar effects couture, because for me, it's as much about the design and the process of, like I'm not necessarily a Buddhist, but I did live like a monk for a long time in ashrams around the world. And I truly believe that in a way, these devices have a soul. Do I mean that like 100% literally? Not necessarily. Um, Game Changer light pedal. And then got that secret weapon neural DSP. It's a work of art. So yeah, and then I've been using this guitar to record. Uh, One of my favorite gems. This one is actually bone stock with an incredible fretboard. And yeah, so there's a little more going on here. Haven't gotten into all the detail. I've had those speakers forever since when I lived in New York in the East Village. So this is just like my passion. So I like to talk about it. And this is me. Like a lot of times I'm just hard at work with all these cables and everything. And I work every day at it. And little by little things come together. So, like I said, I'm hoping to get some records available at a much more affordable price. When I say much more, I say like, the average price plus shipping now for records is usually around like at least $50 to $60, even if you're buying on Bandcamp. But right now, it costs me more than that for each one of my records because it's taken a long time to find someone who actually does a great job with the audio quality. But yeah, there's some copies floating around for sale, and there's more on the horizon. And check out ferrarilover.bigcartel for merch and hats because I've started my clothing company, Dominion Ferrari Bones, which is a reference to the Sisters of Mercy song Dominion. Uh, and then Bones skate bearings. Everyone knows those are the best. uh, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. And until next time, cheers.